Good morning, my friends. It is Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. And what I want to talk about this morning is the impact of racism against Indigenous people. Now, racism is out there everywhere these days and getting more common, unfortunately. Not just for Indigenous people, but for others as well. But right now in this stream, I want to talk about the impact of racism against Indigenous people. Like, it seems to me it is getting worse and worse over the past decade. Like, um, it's just being really bad. I always tell racism, people saying some names at me, yelling names at me, basically. At first, the past 15 years while living around here, a few neighbors there were yelling racist remarks toward me. It starts with verbal harassment, then it starts to threats, then it starts to actual assaults and so forth. So, yeah, this has a big impact on Indigenous people, including myself. As a six group member, it's worse for me considering my trauma from my past as well. So, I talked to a few people downtown. Two of them had big black eyes and everything, all that, because some people made some racist remarks for them. They got angry and confronted them. And as a result, violence was inflicted upon them because of the racist remarks started by the others against Indigenous people. Well, in this case, Inuit people, but one of them was Inuit. I'm not sure about the other one, but yeah, that's what they do. They make racist remark toward us, calling us a racist name, racist abuse, racist harassment, whatever. And then they wonder why some of us can't, enough is enough. No wonder some people get angry and yell and then, all this because of the racism is getting way worse. Way worse, 10 times worse. I can't believe it. And there was another incident this past weekend where I got pepper sprayed, as you guys know. I had CPR performed me because my heart stopped after that incident, apparently. I lost my ID again. There's tons of witnesses on the bus, 20, 30 people, including the nurse who saved my life, PSW, personal support worker, who gave me CPR. I kind of figured I might have a seizure, but I did not know I stopped breathing and so forth. So anyways, up on that update, I seem to be okay. I had some chest pains yesterday. Went to the hospital on Sunday. But I left after 7 hours of waiting. They gave me an ECG, checked my heart, which must have been normal. Otherwise, it was severe enough and it was showed there. They would have brought me in less than 6 hours later. Who knows? But I'm going to go back to clinic, get checked again just to be on the safe side. The abuse we have been through, I have been through, others have been through, people do not understand that. Like the people who make racist remarks toward us do not understand the trauma we've been through. Abuse. Residential school survivors have been through hell and back. I have been through hell and back through many abusive relationships in the past. I've been attacked by my neighbor, kicked in the chest, and I hit my head really badly about 5 years ago now. Including he attacked an Inuit person on this floor too, and this guy still lives here. But others have been kicked out for one incident, but this guy has done several violent acts, and this guy's still here. Obviously racist toward Indigenous people, obviously, since he attacked me and an Inuit person as well, and he still lives here. So that's another thing. Being here is kind of like, have to always tiptoe out, be quiet, making sure that no one's in the hallway, blah, blah, blah. And just habit doing that so much now over the past few years, it's just habit to do that and be always on high alert. It's normal. And it's no wonder the addictions go up. Like they're spreading lies and defamation about me, saying I drink all the time and always effed up, which is a lie. I drink coffee when harassment escalates or racism escalates or threats escalate or some kind of assault happens. It's kind of like, think of it as like a bucket of empty bucket slowly filling up with fluid every time there's racism or harassment or violence against Indigenous people. It's like a bucket that's empty. And then it's racism. The bucket fills up a little bit, starts going down when it gets quiet. But the more racism there is, and more violence and threats and assaults and all this racist incidents coming toward us, which is more common now, it goes up. It goes up. And because it's happening so much, it goes down a bit, it goes up. Things are okay for a bit, it goes up. And eventually it goes up to the top where it overboils and overflows. And that's when people lose it. Drinking too much, going on a binge, something. And if someone makes a racial remark, after a while, it's like, we're not going to take it. We yell back, some of us. We don't try to confront them. We can't ignore it anymore. Tempers flare. Because after so much racial remarks toward us, it goes up slowly. And it doesn't help that a lot of new people coming to Canada who don't understand the situation. Those people who make remarks toward us is even double worse. I mean, come on, give us a break. We've been through enough. We don't need this harassment, this defamation, these racist remarks made toward us. Homelessness is everywhere. Not just for Indigenous people, but there are people of all races and all cultures who are homeless. And there are people of all races, all cultures drink 10 times worse than me, like every day from 5 a.m. 24/7. Those people. And not all of them Indigenous. There are a lot of people who are different color Caucasian people. Some Muslim men I've seen drinking like in the park and passed out there all the time. But they're good guys. I respect them because they always give the cans to me and everything, all that, make sure and show respect. Tell me and warn me about new situations happening that are dangerous for Indigenous people. Some of them are really good and they're really nice, which I make which. You guys rock. But it's not just Indigenous people. It is racism when people say things like that, which is a lie. It's the trauma and the constant harassment, the violent incidences that occur toward us. And then after a while of so much racist remarks, when we're not in a good mood, we get blamed for lashing out when they make the racist remarks toward us. So that's the thing about the racism and escalation, which doesn't help our addiction problems. The homeless Indigenous crowd and Inuits, they have it worse. It's right downtown where a tourist area comes. People don't understand the trauma they've been through, and when they make racist remarks toward them, it does not help them, considering the trauma and the struggles that are going downtown as well. That's another thing. So please, do not make racist remarks from Indigenous people. Do not bully them, and do not threaten them or assault them, because we all have problems. There are people who, besides Indigenous people, who are 10 times worse than us. And that's the thing, racism toward Indigenous people, violence toward Indigenous women and men too as well. It's just on the rise big time. My aunt was actually murdered, who's an elder. I found out from my adoptive uncle. She's from my reserve and she got murdered too. And she's an elderly woman in her walker. I don't know how she got murdered, but who would murder an 85 or a person in a walker who's Indigenous? That's another thing. It's going on the rise. And it's genocide as well, which is totally unacceptable toward Indigenous people. And the newcomers in Canada have to know not to make comments toward Indigenous people and make things worse for us. One of the things are going crazy. They don't understand our culture. They don't understand the trauma we've been through. And there's no jobs available. I've been looking for a job, still looking. And it's nothing. I give up on that for now. I have to do my most recent problem and check my heart out. Why I stopped breathing after that incident on the bus at the weekend. And that person was totally in the wrong, having a substance and attacking so many people on the bus. That is a form of aggravated assault, considering what happened after. I talked to a witness who was a PSW, and I have her number. So I'm asking her to give me a time frame when bus was on and so forth. So, yeah. Racism is totally unacceptable and so forth. I'm just happy I have my phone and I have my bus pass at least. And just for my laundry card, I thought it was in the backpack, so I have some funds in there too to do some laundry, thank God. Just have to go through the whole thing of finding other things. And hope to God it's somewhere where I think it might be. So and pepper spray is illegal. It is supposed to be for defense. Like when you're coming home to an unlucky door, someone comes up behind you and comes right at you, then you have the right to use pepper spray. If there's a bus full of people and then they're just having an argument about, whatever, you have no right to damn spray someone right there. I think I grabbed her actually. When I was on my bath, my hands were burning. So obviously, when she tried to pepper spray me, I got here for no reason, all except being a bully. And I was just not in the mood. Like, well, don't you damn well make racial profiling toward me. And then apparently I must have grabbed it because my hands were all burning. So she sprayed on my hands and don't spray that part. Not my eyes, at least. Because judging how my hands were all burning and everything, I let in the bathtub yesterday. Obviously, I must have tried to defend myself. I must have got off the bus. Probably that's where I dropped my backpack with my wallet and ID. No money in there, thank God. And I fell outside the bus where CPR was performed on me, apparently. And I walked away. Apparently, I don't remember that. I don't remember any of that. I remember vaguely being paramedics. Them saying it's going to be a long wait. I vaguely remember stumbling off the bus. I remember the bus was crowded. And when I'm not sure how long CPR was performed on me, but she's going to give me the details and so forth. And yeah, traumatizing, very traumatizing, and uncalled for. And she should be charged for carrying a legal weapon, aggravated assault because I stopped breathing and everything. And she's going to be in big trouble. So yeah, tons of witnesses, cameras on the bus. Bus driver had to stop there. I'm sure the OC Transport constables came, but I don't remember seeing them. I just remember being on the bus in the crowd there, and then being in the paramedic unit, and then I don't remember anything before or after that too much, to be honest. But something else must have happened too to make me be like that. Maybe another harassment, maybe another threat from the neighbors. I don't know. But something upset me very much to do that, obviously. Otherwise, I would not have been in that state. Like I said, when there's harassment or racism made toward me, or threat, or something going on, that's when the drinking goes up. And yeah. So I have some support now. I've got a few people helping me out today for things. And let's just have to wait and see. Hopefully my backpack is at the same place. If not, we'll call another place. And we'll take it one step at a time. So the racism thing, I'm just telling you my story about my experience of racism, how I react. But it makes sense that other people, the two people who had black eyes and everything, they were minding their own business and they're homeless and everything. But it said we're sick and tired of racism. We're sick and tired. That's why we're gonna fight because they made racist remarks toward us. I don't blame them. They hear it out every day, all the time, probably from total strangers, new Canadian people coming to Canada. No wonder. Leave us alone with your racist remarks or some respect because we've been here first. Especially newcomers to Canada, we were here first. We don't have to deal with the abuse and harassment. We have enough racism and trauma to deal with as it is. And that's the thing. Still no jobs out there, but get checked out everything medically again. Since seizures are happening again, it seems like since the incident, I had some chest pains a bit. That's normal. I got CPR. So I'm going to get checked out and everything and all that jazz. So, yeah. Hope everyone's going to be staying safe out there. And I think the thing is, when people bully you and try to make racist remarks and you retaliate, they blame you for harassing them when they are the ones who started the racist remarks and everything in the first place. They bully you, make racist remarks, and then when you retaliate, you get blamed for their racism. And that's what ticks me off right now more than anything. And many others probably agree with me as well out there. So yeah. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, you gotta be careful. I'm lucky that person could have a gun, that person could have a knife, I could have been stabbed, I could have been shot. But I was just viciously pepper sprayed by this woman just for being a bully. Wow. And something must have happened early on in the evening too that I don't remember, that I blocked out, and so forth. So yeah, it's very, 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 very hard to deal with, and so forth. So that's about it for me for now. I'm going to make a phone call for the clinic and have to wait another hour for another phone call, and so forth. Make which, take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Watch your surroundings and be careful. Yeah. Love you too, my friend. Uncaged, Encaged in the chat. Take care.